What if I told you there is a small African island nation in the Atlantic Ocean that many people cannot find on a map? But its history connects Africa, Europe, slavery, trade, music, migration, volcanoes, and independence. This country is Cape Verde. It may look tiny on the world map, but its story is much bigger than its size. Cape Verde, small islands, giant history. Cape Verde lies off the west coast of Africa in the Atlantic Ocean near Senegal. It is made up of 10 main islands scattered across the sea. Because of this location, Cape Verde became an important stopping point for ships traveling between Europe, Africa, and the Americas. So why would a small group of islands matter so much? The answer is simple: location. Cape Verde became important because of where it was. Before the Portuguese arrived in the 1400s, Cape Verde was largely uninhabited. There were no large native kingdoms or settled populations. The modern history of Cape Verde began when Portuguese explorers reached these islands and began establishing the first permanent settlements. One of the most important early settlements was on Santiago Island. It became known as Ribeira Grande, and today it is called Cidade Velha. Cidade Velha became one of the first European colonial towns in the tropics, a place where ships arrived and colonial power expanded. But this location also connected it to one of the darkest chapters in world history: the transatlantic slave trade. Enslaved Africans were brought through these islands. Cape Verde became part of a wider colonial system linking Africa, Europe, and the Americas in a painful movement of people. So how did an empty group of islands become a nation with such a strong identity? Over time, African and Portuguese influences mixed. Traditions, food, religion, and languages came together to form a new Creole identity. Cape Verde became African, but with a unique Atlantic character. This identity was formed slowly, through pain, adaptation, and creativity. It was a culture shaped by the sea and centuries of resilience. Life on the islands was not always easy. Cape Verde has beautiful landscapes, but many areas are dry and severely affected by drought. Farming was difficult, and natural resources were limited. To survive, the people had to adapt and look beyond their shores. Many Cape Verdeans left the islands to search for opportunity abroad, creating a large diaspora in Portugal, the US, and the Netherlands. For many Cape Verdean families, home is not only one island. Home stretches across the ocean, connecting a global community. This feeling of distance, memory, and longing became a central part of the culture. Nowhere is this clearer than in Morna music. Morna carries the weight of Saudade, the bittersweet pain of separation. Its global ambassador was the legendary Cesaria Evora. But Cape Verde's story is also about freedom. For centuries under Portuguese rule, the desire for independence grew in the 20th century. After years of struggle, Cape Verde finally became independent on July 5, 1975, choosing to define itself as a nation, not a colony. Today, Cape Verde continues to grow. Each island has its own character. Santiago is home to the bustling capital, Praia. Sal and Boa Vista have become world famous for their beaches and tourism, while Fogo is known for its dramatic volcano, Pico do Fogo. Modern Cape Verde is a country of contrasts, isolated but connected, resource-limited but culturally rich beyond measure. So what makes Cape Verde special? Its power comes from its story. It turned geographic isolation into cultural strength and resilience. Cape Verde is proof that even the smallest nations can carry some of the world's biggest stories. It is a nation remembered through rhythm. Next time you look at a map, don't miss these islands. Which country should we uncover next? Subscribe for more stories.